Hi lovers, hi, how are you guys doing? Hilma Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. If you are coming across us for the very first time, please do subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continuous support. Guys, my lighting thing broke, that's why if you see most of the videos that I did previously, they've been held very close to me. Some people had a problem with the fact that I'm laying in bed. So I decided, let me not lay, but rather put it somewhere where it's holding. Some people had a problem with the fact that I was chewing some nuts. I'll apologize for that, ne? I'll apologize for that. And yeah, you know what, ne? There's something that I need us to talk about, ne? There's something that I need us to talk about now. And men, come here, ne? We need you guys. There was a video that I did I think last month or so, and I was asking men, what do you want us to do when you are on the ground? And I got a men's response on it. And when I got a men's response on it, I read a few things that I felt I was guilty of. So I learned. Sometimes when you learn from a third party, you learn. Ne? So I learned. And I picked up that it's very nice for us to listen to men. Sometimes as women, we speak too much and we don't take a moment to listen to men's concerns. A few months back or weeks back, I cannot remember, I'm scrolling down TikTok. I'm not really that much on TikTok like that. I was never really on TikTok like that, but sometimes I go there and there are really some topics that catches my attention. So I'm scrolling down TikTok and I come across a woman, an elderly lady. I love, there are two people that I love so much. Those are elderly people. They are full of wisdom, and I love children. They're so loving. No, those are my two type of people. They are my favorite people. So I come across this woman. She's an elderly lady, and she's saying, women of this generation, they are the most difficult people to love. They're educated, they've got the rights, they know it all, they have money, in a way, the way she was saying this statement, it got me like, what is she talking about? And with this social media, with this everything that is happening now, and I took a moment and I thought thoroughly about, are we easy people to love? But rather, it took me time, and I decided to sit and I started to reflect on my previous relationships until now. One thing that I say is that every relationship that I've been in, it have taught me something. I like to pick up lessons. So then I took time to reflect. As I walked with this statement. It's like she dropped something in my head, and I walked with it. And I'm thinking, and it really got me thinking. Rather, are we easy people to love? But I want to ask men a question to say, on us being easy people to love or not, I don't really want us to talk about that now. If somebody wants to talk about it, you are more than welcome. But if you don't want to talk about it, it's okay. But what I want us to talk about now is, have we ever made it difficult for you to love us? I want to go back to my relationships, and now I'm trying to reflect in every relationship, and I want to start with my first relationship. When I started dating this guy, my first guy that I dated after high school, he was at university doing engineering, and I wasn't anyway. I was upgrading because I was not, is it admitted admitted. Is it the right English word? You know, when you apply and you are admitted, I think it's admission. You are admitted to university. I wasn't. I was down. Yeah? So I was just trying to upgrade. No, not upgrade. I couldn't upgrade. I was fine to go. I was just busy doing other courses to keep myself busy while I'm applying for next year. So, and I remember in that relationship very well. This guy, my first guy, was wanted to be intimate with me, you know, and I was young, you know. I want to believe he was like 89 and I'm 90, so my age is not a secret. Ne? I don't keep my age a secret. It shouldn't be a secret. I love me. Yeah? In between our years, ne? I want to believe we had a gap of 2 years or a year. I cannot remember. He want a woman to make love to and me now I'm in a relationship, and me I entered a relationship with this theory: finish school, get a boyfriend, finish university, get married, get a job, get married, get intimate, and get children. That's my theory. I'm a young Christian lady. That's my theory. Now he wants me to be a girlfriend, and I am not available. No, I'm not available sexually. So the relationship ended. So that is how our relationship ended. It ended simply because he wants, but got to think about it now. Now that I'm this big, I want to believe that I was selfish. Ne? Because then, if I critically think about it, I was not supposed to be in that relationship to begin with, because I made it difficult for him. Guys, I want to believe that men are human beings just like we are. They have feelings just like we are. Ne? Now imagine of all girls in the world, he chose me, to be his girlfriend. And he have needs, and me, who is the girlfriend, I can't give him the needs that he needs. Where is he supposed to get his sexual satisfaction? But I didn't. I don't know. But I'm trying to. I was young. I was young. He was young. But the reason why the relationship ended is because, of which I also think he didn't understand me. But he's a man. No, he's a man, and he probably wanted. And no. Now, in that situation, would you say I made it difficult for him to love me? Would you say, because now I'm trying to go back and say, sometimes when people are saying we make it difficult for people, or we are not easy to love, I want to reflect back. I want to reflect back, because I really want to reflect back. I say most of the people that I've dated, if I really look at my exes, they're not bad people. They're just, we just didn't work out. We just didn't work out. But they're really good people. They have kind hearts, except for this one, maybe. But, most of them I can really say perfect people, good-looking guys, educated, and kind-hearted guys. I would really say they're kind-hearted guys. Would you really say that I made it difficult for him to love me? Yes or no? I'm dropping it there. This next one, I don't want to talk about him. I've hurt him. I've hurt him. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. I didn't give him a chance at all. At all. Which is obvious that I made it difficult for him to love me. It's okay. This one, I'm leaving it. Then I'm moving on to this one. This one made me a side chick. But even though he made me a side chick in the middle of our relationship, let me exclude a side chick story, because then I didn't know. I didn't know. I don't know. There's somebody else in the picture. We are in our relationship. And when we are in our relationship, we are busy having conversations. And he used to like calling me Kero. Then he says that, Kero, there are moments where he says, I like the way you are. Ne? I like what I see in you, in a woman, And then we are speaking about him wanting to take care of me. Sometimes we complain, you're not taking care of me, you're not. But when men are taking care of us also, hey, you want to buy me? Sometimes we don't know which side we must fall. Ne? So this guy offers me half of his salary. He says, let me just send you half of my salary so that you look after yourself. Ne? And then he was staying with his grandmother, so he didn't have rent and stuff. Maybe it's just food and transport. Ne? Let me send you, I was a student, let me send you some funds so that look after yourself. I denied it. I tell him no, I don't want. Ne? I am not raised like that, man, to be chopping people's money. What if we don't work out tomorrow? And then what now? I think I just don't like people's money like that. Of course, he's not people. Ne? He's not people. Because by then, I cannot just say this one is a person. This is my partner at the moment, and he's looking after me, which is the right thing to do. But maybe my mind is twisted then, and I'm like, no, I'm refusing being taken care of, and things happen the way they happen. He tells me the truth, I just found out funny things, but he came to me and told me the truth. Kero, this is it. I have this situation, but I want to be with you. And I'm like, no. I'm getting out of the equation. Ne? I know you phoned me with this person. I didn't break up with this person, but I haven't been in this communication, and I can give you proof. The thing is that, can we continue? And I was like, no. Did I make it difficult for him to love me? Yes or no? Ne? Let me leave that one there. Let me move on. And I'm not talking to women. Ne? Women, you get out of this whole situation. Let us all sit and listen to men. Let me move on to the next relationship. This one relationship that I hardly speak about here. Ne? I hardly speak about here. I don't really go much into details about it. But maybe the reason why I don't loudly speak about it, because I was the one in the wrong. Ne? So I find this gentleman, light in complexion, good looking, but before I go to this one, can I talk about this one? This one, let us leave him. Let us leave this one. Don't want to talk about this one much. But there's also something that I can talk about there. Can I talk about him? Okay, let me move on to this one. Yeah? Very good looking, very smart, very, very brilliant. Yeah? Very brilliant, very smart, and God fearing, everything that you need, that you see in a man, and you're like, everything that they say you must get in a man was this guy. Now, he lives in a different town. I am in a different town. So he comes in and he doesn't really make time for me like I want him to make time for me, And we are communicating, and we are supposed to meet up in a public place where we normally, meet with a whole lot of people that we know, And then I say to him that, you know what, you don't stay here. When you come here, you don't make time for me personally. I don't want this relationship anymore. I'm out. This relationship said to me, don't say it's over when you don't mean it. So I'm in this relationship, and I'm now saying it's over. In all honesty, he didn't do anything wrong. He came in, he was busy with whatever he was doing, which he told me about, and we are supposed to meet up later in the evening. And I just thought maybe he didn't, that meeting that he arranged wasn't maybe what I wanted, so I broke up. He said okay. He said okay. That would have been, I don't want in anymore. okay, it would have ended there. We continued talking. And I think in the middle of us talking, and maybe guilty conscience coming on my side and me being spoiled and maybe getting used to guys wanting me back always. I thought he was going to want me back. Yeah, because I'm spoiled. I'm used to them wanting me back, you know. I was a pretty lady. I was very beautiful. Eh? Not like now. I'm beautiful still, but not like I used to be a beautiful lady. Now this is it. He says something to me. He says to me, Helma, you cannot be walking in and out of my life the way you want. You know, I am very disappointed in the fact that you didn't give me a chance as a man to love you like I wanted to love you. And it got me. It got me really bad, you know, because it's true. Ne? It got me really bad, you know. We continue talking, and you know, when I don't know how to deal with rejection, you know, that type of rejection from him got me, you know, it comes back. This is not even a question that I'm popping. It comes back to a fact that I made it very difficult for him to love me. Ne? Let me leave that there. There I'm going to take it because there I walk with it. It's on me, you know. And it taught me never say it's over. Never say it's over when you don't mean it. Everybody that I've been with in my life, when I said yes to them, you know, I cared for those people and I loved them at that moment. So with everything that ended, I had to heal and move on. I had to heal and move on. Ne? But I'm talking about situations where I know that I've contributed to breakups. Ne? And then I want to talk about this guy. Yeah, there was a guy that was in my life that we had not a relationship, but we had a connection with. Ne? So I'm in university. He's in university as well. We're doing different courses, and he asked for my number. I give a number. We start talking. You know, he starts visiting me at my room, not my room, our room. I used to rent with my sister. Okay? So he starts visiting me. Sometimes he comes to the room, spend some time with me. You know, I cook. You know, we eat. He brings me movie. He checks up on me. He sends goodnight text. You know, in the process of us getting to know each other, he was a very, not he was. All my guys, all my exes guys, they're my choices of guys. They're good looking guys. Okay? So he's very handsome. Very handsome guy. Very handsome gentleman. Nice chocolate color. Very smart. Very smart. He was doing engineering. Very smart. You know. Very smart. Even if you're having conversations with him, you're like, this is a gentleman here. No? In the middle of us talking, he visits me a lot. You know, and he visits me a lot. He comes to the room. It's just the two of us in the room. I cook for him. I give him food. We talk. We just lay by the bed because it's small rooms. It's just a bed and like a stove there. And, you know, it's just like a bedroom like this. So he comes, he brings me movies, spend time. He just like lean on the thing. And then we just talk stories whole time. Talk stories. Gentlemen's. Me, these guys in my past, these guys are gentlemen's. They are gentlemen's. No fighting for kisses, no what, gentlemen. No, then he goes home, he hugs me, bye, he goes home. No, I think in the process of us getting to know each other, I fell in love with him. No, I started getting attracted to him more. But I'm a woman, I cannot say I like you, you know. So one time while he's chatting to me, I lied to him. And we are busy chatting. Hi, how are you? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm in the north. You know, my parents are from the north. So I lied to him that I visited my parents. So the whole time he's asking me, oh, how's home? How are the parents? How's everything? And then me now, here I am lying. No, they're okay. They're lying. The next day, he's checking up on me. Hi, how's home? How's the north? And I felt pity for him. When I felt pity for him, then I said to him, I lied to you. I'm not in the north. I'm here. I'm around, you know. And when I lied to him, he said, oh, so we are lying to each other now. I think that got him. So we are lying to each other now. And I took it like I'm just joking. Like, I'm sorry, I was just joking. But deep down, in a way, when I lied to him, I think it was one of those moments when we are on holiday. And most of the time when he's on holiday, he comes to me. You know, my sister is gone to work. I'm home. So he normally come to me. We spend some time together, you know. And I'm not in the mood of, you know, I was just like, I was just emotional, maybe in the mixture of my emotions, you know. I really like the guy. He's handsome. He's good looking. So now, after 2 days or so, nigga sends me a message. And he's like, I just want to let you know that I'm in a relationship. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, okay. And yeah, our conversation now, because he's in a relationship, wasn't that, which I don't know whether it's a relationship or if he just maybe, I don't know. We grew, we now became friends, and then we grew like that. We just say hello, check up on each other. He still visits me, even if he ended up working outside town. He still calls me, he still visits me, and he still comes by. What are you doing? I'll pass by to say hi to you. He still does that, you know. Then I met my husband. My husband, very special case. Very special case. My husband, very special case. Ne? Very special case. Then I met my husband, very special case. I fell in love. We're still in communication. He talks. At some point in time, we are adults. I'm not in love anymore. So I can officially communicate and say, look, dude, my husband is very observant. So every time I'm talking to somebody and he thinks there's a chemistry there, he gives me this look. So I'm like, dude, you know what, ne? I'm getting this look. And truth is, I had some feelings mixed up there. So I don't want problems. And that's the only time that guy had to tell me that, why didn't you tell me? You know, I liked you so much. But I was like, I'm a woman, you know. But what I'm trying to say is that, did I, in a way, chase him away by lying to him that I'm in the north when I was not in the north? Because maybe my emotions were mixed up everywhere. Maybe if I wouldn't have said, because it's not up to us as women to say, it's now time for you to ask me out. No. People, as a man, they can take as much time as they want to get to know a woman before they get involved with a woman, you know. But the moment you start lying, I don't know. I want to believe, in a way, we make it difficult for men to love us, in a way. Let me talk about a special case, my husband. A special case, this one. Now I meet this one that I liked also very much. No, very much. I like him from a distance. No, we go to see each other. We look like we know each other. When we met, we looked like we knew each other. We looked like we knew each other. And my husband, this one, gentleman, you know, this one, he breaks the rules. Yeah. And until today, I say to him, you didn't give me a fair chance to get to know you. And then he says, and here we are. Are we not married? You know, gentleman, this one, he breaks rules. Ne? So this one, me with my rules of let's get to know each other, he doesn't play according to women's rules. He breaks them, you know. Nice gentleman, you know. And he's very special. I say my husband is very special because my husband looks way too much like my grandfather, my mother's mother. And he was a favorite person. And he was my favorite person. And he looks like my favorite cousin. He looks like a whole lot of favorite people. And he have a beautiful personality. You know, when you are like quiet and I'm there and so peaceful, No, beautiful, you know, get to know each other, a little shaky, and then we went in a honeymoon stage. You know, I must give it to my husband. I've never been loved correctly my whole life. Like I've been loved by my husband for the first 2 to 3 years. Oh, that guy loved me. He loved me so loudly. He loved me so correctly. Ne, very correctly. Ne? Perfect relationship. Way too good to be perfect. And the funny part is that every time we walk around, people ask us questions, we look alike. And they be like, are you guys related? Are you sure you are not related? You know, we got that a lot. That is my husband. Ne? And honeymoon stage finishes, you know. And you know, my husband is one person in this whole world that I've been with for a very long time in a relationship, no? But none of the relationships can be compared to our first 2 to 3 years, 4 years of the beginning. They were the bestest, very, very best. As you get to know each other, you get to know each other's mistakes. You get to know each other's problems. You get to know each other's, you get to walk on each other's nerves. Ne? And if I am to ask my husband just an innocent question and say, do I hate you? I know he's probably going to come with a whole lot of pages. Ne? If you ask me if my husband hates me, I will come with a whole lot of pages. Ne? If I ask my husband if do I make it difficult for you to love me, chances are very high he's going to come with a whole list. If he asks me and I say, does he make it difficult for me to love him, chances are very high I'm going to come with a whole lot of, things to say. But this is not about me. I want to hear men out. Ne? I remember, let me give you an example of something that my husband used to do that he does not do anymore. My husband is romantic. Ne? He's very romantic. I'm not a romantic person. I must just admit I'm not. But he's romantic. He's a lover guy. Ne? So most of the time he would say, Hilma, dress up, let's go. That is him. Ne? He's the type of person that would say, Hilma, dress up, let's go. And this is me. Go away. Where are we going? If you're not telling me where we are going, I'm not going. That is me. Ne? And many times when we're like watching a movie and somebody pulls those type of surprises, then he says to me, you are now happy that you are watching romance on TV, but if I say let's go right now, you won't go. You know, he have done that to me so many times. He've said that to me so many times. And I picked up, it's true. It's true. I have trust issues. I have trust issues. And if he just comes now and say, let's go, I won't go until he tells me, where am I going? He knows very well that he wouldn't do surprise, but he pulled the surprise. They pulled the surprise for me and they managed to do this. I think because I didn't have a choice. It was home. When we gave birth to our son, my aunt and my friend decorated the house very well. And he came for me at the hospital. He was like, let's go home. But definitely there was no way that I was going to go because I was operated. You know, it was an emergency C-section. I was operated and he had to bring me home. Now I'm like, why are you rushing me to go home so much? Let's go home quickly. Are you not done? You know, came to get me. We came home. And when I opened the gate, everyone's like, what? Surprise! You know, for as much as I don't like surprises, I was happy, you know. But when he says, let's go, I would be the first person to ask him, where are you taking me? If you don't tell me, I'm not going, you know. I'm just giving you a little bit of one example, but there's more especially with him. There's more. And I cannot say much more, which, or I can just give you an example. You see, as women in communication, more especially my side, me personally, sometimes Communication. It's something now. Now reflecting back, it's something that I need to, I need to sit and revisit, self review, to understand where do we not allow you men as women to love us. Ne? Because sometimes I feel like, now that I critically think about it, men are men and they are human beings. Ne? They're feelings, just like we're feelings. Ne? I understand that the ones that asks us out and that the ones that are supposed to love us, but they also deserve to be loved. Yeah? So, and I picked up that in most cases, really, we say that men are dog, men hate us, but sometimes I really took a moment to look back in my relationships until now, and I want to believe that in all my relationships of the past, I've contributed to us breaking up. I've contributed to those breakups. But in most cases, you would sit and I would simply say that I didn't do anything. He told me that he have a girlfriend. He moves. He called me and he confessed to me that he had a girlfriend. I don't want to be part of a mess. I'm out. He just comes here. He doesn't make time for me. I can't be part of that. I'm out. He told me, and I remember I also had this relationship where this guy used to come to me, but I don't want to sleep with him. Anyway, neighbors say, I don't want to sleep with him. I remember poor guy, man. There was a time that he came over to my aunt's house where I was, and we fought for those panties. I was like, no, I'm not having sex. I'm a baby. But he was my boyfriend. And one day he just went to his sister, and I don't know what they spoke about, and he came back and he told me, you are older than me, because he was a year younger than me, like he's 91, I'm 90. And then he says, you are older than me. You people that are older, sometimes you go and get bigger guys. We are breaking up. We broke up. And I said, okay. But you can tell later on he continued talking to me, trying to get me back. And I was like, I'm not going to grow any younger. I'll always be bigger than you. I don't want those type of things, that tomorrow you break up with me because of my age, something that I can change, And I never took him back. Now, I was very arrogant. I think with my husband, he met me when I have gone through so many relationships with my arrogancy, and now I'm matured. I've learned a lot. With my husband, he found me well equipped and well, and also on top of that, I think what I feel for him is just special, because if he would have met me, or if we were not meant to come this far, I would have been gone long time ago, because I was a woman that doesn't take nonsense. I live very fast. Ne? Now, what did I want to talk about? I want to come back to my husband and speak about something. Oh, I remember there are moments where my husband can come to me and he wants to talk about something. It's either I'm angry about something, whether he did something or something, or maybe I did something, and he wants to sit us down and talk about something. Then maybe he starts expressing his emotions. Now, instead of me listening to him expressing his emotions, on top of his emotions, sometimes I want to sit and be like, you also do me. You did me. You did me. But in the middle of me saying, you do me, you did me, you did me, sometimes, or most of the time, he would say, I don't want to argue. He says that a lot. I don't want to argue. Hilma, I don't want to argue. Sometimes what he would do is, if you see him taking his dress, doesn't matter whatever time it is, and you guys are arguing and you're arguing, then he says, I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue. If he takes his jersey, takes the keys, he's gone. I'm going. I'm coming back now. I don't want to argue. I'm going to have a drink. I'm coming back now. I don't want to argue. So I'm taking time to rethink. Ne? I'm taking time to rethink back to say, do we make it difficult for you guys to love us? Because sometimes people want to come and talk to us, but we are not giving them the opportunity. I know if a lot of men are to come here and tell us that sometimes we want to talk, but it's either it turns into an argument, or you women, you are not listening to us. A lot of men might give us this. Ne? In a video that I posted on, we are not going beyond 40 minutes, ne? In a video that I posted of men, what do you want us to do when you're on the ground? If you listen to understand, the men that commented there, he have commented facts. Ne? And if we are really learning, we will learn a thing or two. If we give men a chance to tell us, men, come here, tell us, have you ever been in a situation where a woman have made it difficult for you to love them? If yes, down below, let us talk. Because I had to go back. My exes are not bad people, all of them. There is none, and I cannot really sit here and say, those guys have hurt me. No, none. Ne? I don't really sit, except for this one in Polytech, this one that I love terribly like crazy. But also, it's just because I didn't take time to rethink about that. I think I was way too much in love or what. I didn't take time to, all the people that I've dated, I love them. I loved them at that moment in time. I just had to move on without heal and move on. But for me to say yes to you, it's because you meant a lot to me, or you meant a lot to me at that moment in time, and I saw a future with you. Ne? I don't play with people. I don't cheat. I don't play with men's heart. Ne? For me to say I do, it's because I love you, I care for you, and I see a future with you, and you have a good personality. Ne? You really, there's really something that I saw in you that I could see myself with you. You know, and everybody that I've ever said yes to, it's because I could see a future with them. Ne? It's just because things didn't work out. Of so many men in the world, I chose you at some point in time, and that means you meant the world to me at that moment in time. Things just didn't work out, and that's life. You know, that's why you don't see me talking ill about my exes. I could put lessons learned out of everything, but I don't speak ill of them because they're not bad people. They're not terrible people, really, honestly. Ne? Now I want there's this relationship where I was really hurt, like very, very hurt, but I cannot remember how I contributed to those breakups. I cannot remember. I cannot remember how I contributed to those breakups. I don't know. Even if I think, I don't know, but maybe there are also mistakes that I did in that whole relationship. But one thing that I've really picked up is that I want to believe I personally have contributed. And now that I'm thinking with a clear mind, I want to believe I've contributed. And I want to believe in this marriage of mine, this one also, I contribute to a whole lot of things. Ne? Because sometimes we just sit back and say, you are doing me, but we don't think, how are we contributing to specific things? There was a moment where one time I was very angry, you know. My husband did something to me which I was not happy with, and I called my mother, you know, and I'm telling my mother that, you know, and then my mother says to me, now that, you know, you are growing up and picking up these things, my mother says to me, I hear you completely, Name, but I need you to know two things. Your husband is not your child. Your husband is not a child. He's an adult that knows what he is doing. Ne? I need you to keep quiet. You know, that is probably one thing that my mother ever have said to me, which I sat back and I'm like, okay, I hear you. Then I go home and I'm struggling to keep quiet. Simple, keep quiet. I cannot keep quiet. I want to talk always, you know. Yeah, you know, sometimes keep quiet, and I cannot keep quiet because I want to talk always. And it's a learning process, guys. We are learning. Relationships really require, we have different personalities, but I really want men. We are not going beyond 40 minutes. Men, please come and tell us, do we make it difficult for you to love us? In the comment down below, we are listening. we are taking notes. Ne? Trust us when you comment. We will learn. When we talk to each other, we will learn. Where do we go wrong? What mistakes do we do that makes it very difficult for you to love us? That's it from me, Hilma Daniel. I will see you guys in my next video. If you have contributed to men not loving you, where you feel like I've contributed to these men, or I've made it difficult for these men to love me, give me your experience. I just gave my experiences down below on what I think, on how I think I've contributed in my past relationships, and a dip a little bit of my marriage, which of course I cannot tell you a lot, because this relationship that I've been in with my husband is way too long. It's 8 years of being together is a lot. In 8 years, a lot have happened. I've said a lot verbally, he have said a lot verbally, actions. Otherwise, things have happened. Ne? Too much of them, which can be said here. Ne? Which can be said here. But nevertheless, have you ever been in a situation where you feel like you have made it very difficult for a man to love you? Okay? Comment down below. We are learning. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye. Sorry, this is a little bit long, but I needed to make it long, just so that at least I give you a background of different type of relationships and how I think I've contributed. I want to believe I've contributed, because sometimes we just want to believe that people did us, but we never want to take accountability, more especially as women. We don't take accountability. What we see is just a whole bunch of women bashing men. But where do we go wrong? We don't take accountability. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.